What's good, guys? Quick update on myself. Today was the first day of actual snowfall within where I am and where I live. Currently, I am in Rochester for school, and today was the first day of snow. We were 30 degrees outside. It was bitter cold. My car was ice cold, ice all over the entire thing. It was so hard to get into it and warm it up. But let me know down below. Do you guys have snow yet? You know, where are you guys from? Do you have snow? Let me know down below. But otherwise, let's keep going with today's episode. What's going on, YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you want to see more content like this. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So besides technical analysis, we will also be looking at the potential reason behind why we saw that massive sell-off in yesterday's video. Now, we were speculating a few things. We saw that it kind of had to do with stellar lumens in its weekly charts, how we saw a decline on the high resistance, and then we saw a pullback. Now, an interesting thing to note is I did say in yesterday's video, there's probably going to be some news that comes out later in the day, which pretty much speculates the reason for the recent trend and the recent pullback. Now, I was doing a lot of research today, and it seems like I came across the reason for it, and it may have to do with Bitcoin Cash. Now, I do have an article that I want to pull up. I do have the coin market cap we're going to review too. So let's jump into that. So I am on the coin market cap. We are at a market cap of 183.5 billion. 24-hour volume is 21 billion, and then a Bitcoin dominance of 52.8%. One thing to note is we seem to have been stabilizing in a sense. The interesting note is from yesterday, we have a higher 24-hour volume. Yesterday was 20 billion when we looked at it. Now it is 21. Bitcoin dominance now is, I believe, around the same, if not slightly lower than yesterday. And we have around the same market cap. We may see some more money moving back in. That may be why we're seeing volume this high, and that may be why we're seeing a slightly higher market cap. Scrolling down, as you guys can see, we're no longer in double digits, but majority of the market is still in red. As you guys can see, Bitcoin is at 5,500, down 1.9%. XRP up 0.47 at 46 cents, and we have Litecoin at $43 at 40.47 up, and then Ethereum 177 down 1.4, Stellar at 22 cents down 0.57. Majority of the market seems to be consolidating out, kind of balancing off, kind of getting to its stable point, but majority of the market does seem to be in red and does seem to be down. We do have some stragglers that are still taking some of the hit that we saw yesterday. And again, there's a lot of speculation in this market today. There's a lot of speculation. This article says Bitcoin and the crypto market is once again crashing hard, and it pretty much sums up why we could be seeing this potential pullback. Now, it pretty much discusses the pullback that we saw within Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoins and the crypto market, but then it discusses the potential reason for the pullback, and we're going to talk about that, and you're going to let me know if you agree or disagree with it. So we do have Bitcoin. It says Bitcoin Cash, which is about to undergo a hard fork, looks to be the most likely cause. Bitcoin Cash is about to undergo a hard fork that'll result in two different chains, Bitcoin Cash ABC and Bitcoin Cash SV, and that has caused a great deal of uncertainty in the market. Now, before I continue reading, that's pretty wild to think about, that Bitcoin Cash, a fork of Bitcoin, is able to make that much uncertainty that it's able to drop the market like $30 billion in an hour. That's phenomenal to me. That's one thing. Now let's continue on. It says, you could argue that this situation caused the value of Bitcoin to decrease and often draws owners of altcoins who trade their tokens for the cheaper Bitcoin. The movement can negatively impact both Bitcoin and the altcoins that are traded. Of course, there are a wide number of theories as to what is happening out there. One thing that is for sure is the markets are bleeding pretty hard, and I completely agree with that. As you can see, it is showing you a picture of the coin market caps. That's pretty much the reason. that we're speculating. That's what a lot of these articles are saying, that Bitcoin Cash is potentially the reason for this massive sell-off. Now, it's very interesting because I believe they were speculating Bitcoin Cash for quite some time now. So it's interesting to see that right then and there. We see a lot of uncertainty. And it's also an odd coincidence that it happened to happen at the same time XLM was starting to pull down. That was an interesting thing too. We weren't really anticipating the whole market to sync with XLM moving down too, being that XLM is only trading, I think, number 12. Let's see. No, sorry. Number 5 on the coin market cap. So I guess it could be a pretty big indicator for the market, being that it is even higher than Litecoin too. So the fact that we were seeing XLM or Stellar trade in that certain pattern is very interesting, that the market also dipped at the same exact time that we see Stellar pull back down too. Now, if you guys were curious as to what I'm referring to with Stellar, feel free. This will be a link at the end of the video, as well as if you just go onto my channel, check out yesterday's video. I did have a graph pulled up on Stellar indicating the pullback, and you could even go back 2 days from now and check out that chart I did on XLM and showing you that we were expecting a pullback in Stellar. Wasn't anticipating the whole market to follow Stellar, but it was very interesting to see that it all followed that. But otherwise, let's move on now to Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we'll finish things up with XRP or Ripple, whatever you guys want to call it. So we're looking at Litecoin on the 4-hour. Obviously, you guys can see we had our massive pullback. We had a huge decline. Resistance was at $50.49. You can see we were testing it for quite some time. And interesting to note that there was, you know, a downtrend. I don't know why I didn't notice that, but look, that is a very, very, very beautiful downtrend right there. You can see, oh, that continues even higher up. Holy cow. Let's see. So that's interesting to see that we've had this downtrend for quite some time. That is something we could have tracked. You know, I could have potentially have said we could have seen a bounce upwards, being that it was a descending triangle. But it seems like we are still battling a lot of weak hands in the market right now, and we're looking to go lower. We are bouncing up. Let me add on that our relative strength index. So an interesting thing to note is we were extremely oversold when we were at levels of, you know, like the fact that the coin went all the way to $39 is wild. We were quite, you know, oversold. We were very, very, very oversold at 10 on the relative strength indicator. So we were looking for a pullback upwards. So that is what we're seeing right now. We're seeing that consolidation. We went from 39 and we shot all the way up to 43.56, so around $4 ish in that region. So that was what I was talking about when I was talking about that swing. Usually you buy into dips like this because these aren't long-term things, and they're kind of going to whip. It's like a whiplash. So you have this massive spike down, and it usually climbs back up some and consolidates out. So this small movement right here could have been a small profit for you guys. I'd probably sell off now, being that we are almost back into a neutral market on the 4-hour. It is very wild, though, to see us pull back down that quick, that fast. You can see here, if you look at it on the daily, you saw that we are pretty much, that is a cross, which is very interesting to see what happens. Another note, though, is that on the daily for Litecoin, we are oversold. We are completely oversold on Litecoin's daily, and that is a very good indicator that we are going to see some more recovery in this market. I don't think we're going to go lower anytime soon, being that we were oversold. Last time we were nearing oversold, we were at prices at around 47, and we reached a high of 56. So you can see that's about a $9 jump, and the fact that we are actually even lower than that currently, there's a very good chance we could start at 39 right now and, you know, trend back up to $50, $55 fairly quickly. So this is definitely a very, very, very good buying opportunity for those of you who are not involved in crypto and want to get involved. I'd highly recommend buying onto Litecoin at this current moment due to the fact that it is so low. It is what I would personally do. Definitely do your own research in that, but it is definitely looking very nice. The fact that it is oversold now, holding this on for a few weeks, we could retrace all the way back up to $60, and you would make, you know, $20 a coin, $200, $300 here and there, depending on how much you invest. So we're definitely looking for some more uptrend now, some volume that is going to push us into the high-low MMA of the daily. So things do look, you know, fairly nice right now on Litecoin. Very interesting to look at Bitcoin. We're looking at Bitcoin on the weekly. I'm going to, stay on the weekly for now. We have not broken below that green band and that red band for such a long time, or the green band. You can see we haven't broken ever below that green band. This is the first time in history Bitcoin on Coinbase has broken below the green band on the weekly. Again, we are not oversold yet, so there is potential for us to go lower. Do I think we are? I am not 100% certain, but if we do go lower, this would be the region. So guys, do be prepared that if we do continue to go down to lower levels, it would be around this right here. You can see that's where the previous resistance and support is. So down to levels around $4,600 is potentially where this coin will go. Bitcoin as of right now is only at like 37 on its RSI, so there is potential for it to go lower. That's the scary part for a lot of people, but I have to be realistic here. I'm not trying to like sugarcoat this or be a permeable, but I wasn't anticipating us to break bearish from the downtrend. You saw that we had this downtrend, we traded out of it. But another thing to note too, which is interesting, is you can see what I'm referring to is we have a lot of sideways trading here. You can see that we had a lot of swings, then we consolidated down from the downtrend, and we just traded flatline. We traded flat and then we broke bearish. So it is definitely something that was anticipated. The fact that we're literally seeing a lot of the sideways trading right here, no volume whatsoever for 3 weeks. It was due to make some move. A lot of people were hoping that we were going to see a movement up to 7,500, and a lot of people were also anticipating a move down to where we are now. We are still below the weekly high-low MMA. There is potential for us to retrace back up on the weekly. It is very possible. It is definitely a possibility for us to move back up to $5,900. That is not a crazy amount to move up by. So definitely still be wary of that. We still have the rest of today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to see what exactly this coin retraces to. Lastly, let's look at Ethereum, and then we'll look at XRP. Ethereum took a pretty big hit right there. Same thing with all the other cryptos for right now. I don't know. Do any of you guys have some Ethereum? Are any of you guys pro Ethereum? I feel like there's a lot less people that are interested in Ethereum and other currencies. We do have a bottom right here. You can see right there. That's where we retrace down to. Very interesting. Let's see. So that is why we pulled back down to here. We were extremely oversold. We went all the way to 6 on its 4-hour chart. So that is the reason for that slight pullback upwards. Any prices, anything snagged at like 160, 170 are definitely good buying opportunities for Ethereum. It's wild to see or to think that Ethereum was once over $1,000, but it's very possible we could continue back up there. I did make a video on the economy, so that is definitely something that we've talked about in the past. But honestly, now I am just anticipating in the next week or two to catch back up to around $200. We're not going to stay this low for that long. I do think this is a good buying opportunity, though. As for XRP, I don't think XRP has been affected that much compared to the rest of the market. We did see a pretty big pullback. We did shoot from around 52 cents, and we pulled all the way back down to our recent bottom support at 41. But we retraced fairly quickly right up from that. You can see we're on the daily. We're nowhere near oversold. We retraced right back up, and we're currently pretty much still involved in this ascending triangle right here. I don't think we're going to break down. I think we could get back into there. We are currently in the middle of our high-low MMA and probably going to trade out sideways using 46 or 47 cents as support where that white line is. You can see I've drawn in the past. We're in that channel. We're kind of above it, actually. So I think XRP is doing fairly well within that massive pullback. But otherwise, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Bitcoin Cash was the main culprit for this whale shark sell-off, whatever you guys want to call it? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a giant thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on post notifications. This way you are up to date with all the crazy trends and swings and the best opportunities to buy and make money in crypto. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.